Creativity is a powerful force that thrives on interaction, exchange, and the cross-pollination of ideas. But what happens when individuals find themselves isolated for extended periods of time? According to Dr. Jacksan Fernandes, that isolation can have a detrimental impact on their creative processes. While solitude may occasionally inspire reflection and innovation, prolonged isolation often works against creativity in several key ways. The first way isolation can harm creativity is through the lack of external stimuli. Creative thinking is often fueled by inspiration from conversations, thought-provoking books, or simply being immersed in new surroundings. When isolated, individuals are cut off from many of these sources of inspiration. The mind tends to recycle the same ideas, leading to stagnation. Without fresh input, creativity can struggle to flourish. Another consequence of isolation is the absence of feedback. Creativity is not just an internal process, it thrives on external feedback. When you're in isolation, the absence of constructive criticism or diverse perspectives can hinder the refinement of ideas. Creative projects benefit from collaboration, where ideas are tested, challenged, and improved. Without the feedback loop that interaction provides, creative work can remain undeveloped or lose direction. Human beings are social creatures, and our motivation is often linked to the connections we maintain with others. Creative work can feel meaningless without an audience or collaborators to share it with. Isolation can lead to decreased motivation, as there is no one to affirm or engage with the value of your ideas. Over time, this lack of connection can diminish the drive to create altogether. Prolonged isolation can also lead to mental fatigue and stress, which are detrimental to creative thinking. Feelings of loneliness, anxiety, and depression can narrow our focus, making it harder to think expansively and come up with innovative solutions. Creativity requires mental flexibility, but stress induced by isolation can cause cognitive rigidity, limiting the brain's ability to explore new pathways. Without interaction, individuals are at risk of creating an echo chamber in their minds. This means recycling the same thoughts, beliefs, and assumptions without being exposed to new or different viewpoints. Such echo chambers restrict creative thinking, as creativity often involves combining diverse ideas to produce something new. Isolation deprives individuals of the opportunity to break free from their mental loops. In conclusion, while solitude has its place in the creative process, extended periods of isolation can harm creativity. By reducing exposure to external stimuli, feedback, motivation, and mental clarity, isolation can hinder the growth of creative ideas. To foster creativity, it's essential to strike a balance between alone time for reflection and meaningful interaction with the outside world.